Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at a mixture of Switch and Steam Deck content. We're going to compare the Switch and the Steam Deck and just see what the graphical differences are. Obviously there's going to be graphical differences. This is running on 5-year-old hardware. But yeah, it's just really just intrigued me to see the differences in the ratio of the screen as well. I know this one has a 16:9 and the Switch has a... No, that has a 16:10, this has a 16:9. You'd be surprised that a lot of games do look different in the different aspect ratios, but it's just really just to see the graphical differences. There's not a massive difference in price between the two versions if you've got the 64 gig Steam Deck anyway. It's not a rip on Nintendo at all, it's just interested me to see the differences between the graphics of the Switch and the Steam Deck compared as two handheld devices. So yeah, let's have a look. So just to make it clear guys, this isn't a rip on Nintendo, this is literally just a video comparing the graphical differences between a Switch and a Steam Deck. I've got nothing against Nintendo, I actually love my Switch. The screen on the OLED model is insane. I mean, you can see the colour difference in the here. This is on vibrant mode, this is obviously just a regular IPS panel. So yeah, to start with, I mean, this is the character customization screen. I've got the Steam Deck running at high settings and the Switch is obviously defaulted to whatever the Switch has it set at. I don't know if it's a mixture of medium or low or just low, but it is capped at 30 FPS. And in this video, I'm going to be basically cutting between different gameplay videos of the start of Borderlands 2, just to compare the gameplay really. Straight off the bat, you can see the 16:9 aspect ratio screen on the Steam Deck on the Switch and the 16:10 on the Steam Deck. Which one do you prefer? I actually prefer the 16:9. I prefer having a wider aspect ratio than a taller one, but as you can see, there's quite a big difference. You get quite a lot more like vertical or horizontal, even horizontal screenplay going on here. So as you can see, the difference between mainly what I'm seeing at the minute is the frame rate is obviously a big giveaway. But overall, the Switch version does not look bad, and especially paired with the OLED screen, it gives it a nice pop on these colours. Very vibrant looking fire. Borderlands is a pretty vibrant looking game. I mean, you've got like the different sky. I mean, this is one very specific area, but it's a very like cel-shaded-esque stylized game, and that pairs well with the OLED screen.
Kill everyone I know. Anywho, I keep a pistol in the cabinet over there for emergencies. But in here, we should be pretty safe. You didn't see that. Even though Knuckle Dragon blindsided me, I know my way around this glacier. I bet you will find my eye in Frostbite Croutons.
Stick close to the robot. He will help you get off this glacier and into the city of Sanctuary. That is the only place you will be safe.
Let's go. We'll get my...
So what do you guys think to Skyrim? I think Skyrim's a pretty interesting one. The interior looks pretty similar. As you can see, the aspect ratio differences here, we're getting a lot more horizontal view as compared to the deck. Yeah, the interior looks definitely similar, but out the exterior and in that open world part at the start of Bleak Falls Barrow, the atmosphere is crazy how much more atmosphere there is available on the PC version as compared to the Switch version. And I know this is running on 5-year-old hardware, but competitively priced, I mean, I know the deck's hard to get hold of at the minute, and it isn't exactly, like, you're not able to buy it at retail, so it kind of, like, is a lot more expensive at the minute, but competitively priced together. I mean, this retailed at, what, £320, and this retails at £399, so they're not far away from each other, but you can definitely see a difference in the graphics. I know you can definitely tell the difference within the FPS as well, with this being 30 and this being 60. So for the final test of the video, I'm going to look at Dragon Quest XI. This is the start of the game, and as you can see already, there's big difference. We actually get a lot more screen real estate on the Switch than we do on the Steam Deck. That's because the Steam Deck sadly can only run this at 16:9. There may be some tweaking we can do, but for the average person who don't want to go into the back end and tweak, 16:9 is the default ratio, and because the Switch is a 16:9 screen by default, it's going to fill the whole screen. I mean, look, if you can see, we're getting a lot more screen real estate. So the Switch is preferable on that aspect for me, for sure. But in terms of detail, this is running at pretty much full settings, locked at a 40 FPS using the new refresh rate change capabilities. Switch is running at 30 FPS, and as you can see, probably low settings. I mean, the resolution is definitely not 720p. It must be used in a dynamic resolution kind of thing. But yeah, we'll do a side-by-side comparison on the graphics, just going through the first section of Dragon Quest XI. hopefully you enjoyed that video, and hopefully that was helpful for you. If you did, let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to test some more games out. Maybe you've got a Switch and you're thinking, is it worth paying the money or selling my Switch to get a Steam Deck? This is pretty much the video. This is why I did the video. You know, I have games on Steam, I have games on my Switch, and mainly was playing games on my Switch just for the handheld aspect of it. But since the Steam Deck came out, with it being such a much more powerful console, it just makes sense to like make the transition over. Obviously, I'm still playing Nintendo first-party games on my Switch, but as far as third-party games goes, I'm going to predominantly play them on the Steam Deck. It's a shame that the high-tiered Steam Deck didn't come with like a 512, an OLED screen with a 512 gig model, but we can always assume that'll come in the next variation of the Steam Deck. Valve are going to make a shit ton of money from this, so I expect them to be making a couple more models in the future. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed it, let me know. Leave me a comment, subscribe if you want, or leave me a like. If you didn't like it, let me know why. Like I say, I'm not bashing the Switch. The Switch is an amazing piece of hardware, pioneer for the future of handheld, really, with it being able to switch onto a TV and be docked undocked as well. So yeah, it just really was just to see the difference in graphical differences between the two systems. I know the Switch is 5 years old, and it's based on old mobile hardware anyway. So it was really just a thing just to test the games out and just to see the difference. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I'll speak to you guys soon.